Chief Justice Raymond Zondo has announced that the first parliamentary sitting of the 7th administration is to take place this Friday. Both the President and National Assembly Speaker will be elected during that session. This is despite the MK party approaching the Constitutional Court to interdict the proceedings. The party, which came third in last month's elections, is claiming that vote rigging took place. The Constitution stipulates that the first sitting of Parliament must take place within 14 days after the results are declared. Right, let's stay with that story and speak to Parliamentary spokesperson Moloto Mothapo on the date that has now been officially announced. Mr. Mothapo, good evening to you and thank you very much for your time. So let's begin with that date of Friday. It is going to be the 14th, if I'm not mistaken, if I've gotten my dates correct. Is that now set in stone? Is there not going to be any amendment to that date, despite the things that are bubbling under at the moment?
No, absolutely not, because in terms of the Constitution, it is the responsibility of the Chief Justice of the Republic to determine the date of the first sitting of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces. And you and I know that since the declaration of the election results by the IEC, we have been doing our own countdown and, of course, looking at the constitutional hill for a decision. So that decision came today, and once the Chief Justice has said it, it must happen. We've been saying as Parliament that we are ready. It's all systems go. We have been working on some kind of dates around this time so that when the Chief Justice makes that determination, we are not surprised and taken aback, but we can just confirm and continue with what we've been arranging. So I don't think that there will be any changes once the Chief Justice has made that determination.
Yeah. So despite the possible court challenge, because the MK party has now decided to go straight to the top court in the country, is that not going to... it's not going to affect your plans, but more importantly, do you plan to defend yourselves at the Constitutional Court, should indeed the papers be lodged?
Well, this sitting is convened by the Chief Justice of the Republic. So from the side of Parliament, really, there is nothing in front of us that legally makes it impossible or difficult for us to proceed.
Yeah.
Unless there is a court interdict of some sort that says that you are not to proceed with the first sitting of the National Assembly as scheduled by the Chief Justice. We will comply with that. But currently, there is absolutely nothing that is preventing us from proceeding on Friday.
Yeah. All right. Let's then move to the MK party. Parliament, the Secretary today, taking the extraordinary step of essentially cutting their travel plans to Parliament. Add to that the accommodation of these 58 MPs. Explain to us the rationale behind that, and was the party consulted around this, because there does seem to be a differing of views within the MK party itself?
Yeah, let's just correct it, because it's not really an extraordinary step. I think it's a precautionary step to say that we are in the process of ensuring that the 400 designated members, elected members who are supposed to be sworn in or on Friday, make it to Cape Town from various provinces of South Africa. So when we received, therefore, the letter from the lawyers of the MK party saying that their members, all of them that are reflecting on the list, will not be able to make it for the first sitting of the National Assembly. So Administratively, we had to look at that decision that they have taken and communicated to say, do we proceed with booking the flights as well as the accommodation for this number of members, even though they are indicating that they won't be able to make it to Cape Town. So we then decided that it will be prudent in the interest of ensuring that we don't suffer what the AG will call fruitless expenditure, to hold that process of booking for the members of the MK until such time that there is clarity as to what is their final decision. We understand and we are in continuous communication with the members of the MK party, as we do with all the other 400 members that are designated on the list with regard to all the logistics that we are working on. And we understand that they are saying that the matter is before the court and they will not be able to make their way to Cape Town until the matter is finalized. And we are in continuous communication with them. And should the situation change before Friday, we will definitely make sure that we reserve the accommodation as well as the flights for them.
All right.
It is just really a precautionary matter. It's a measure. It is an administrative process.
Okay. I think that makes sense, therefore, in terms of things possibly changing within the party. Of course, that cannot be the business of the National Assembly and how it runs its business. However, there does seem to be a letter from a Mr. Jabulani Khumalo, who says he is the actual leader of this party. And first and foremost, he is of the view that the party accepts the results as pronounced by the IEC. But second of all, he does appear to be urging all of the 57 other members to go to Parliament. Are you aware of this letter? Was this letter written to you? And what do you make of it, given that he is number one on that list?
Look, there are certain individuals or leaders that, as per the IEC list, we as Parliament, we are compelled or have been identified as the people that we can communicate with on behalf of the party. And we are continuously in communication with with those leaders. So we have not received the communication from Mr. Khumalo, and we can say that Mr. Khumalo is not on the list of the people that we communicate with on behalf of their parties.
That's very interesting. Are you at liberty at all to share with us who Parliament is communicating with in respect of the MK party?
I cannot indicate at the moment. I don't have, because you will imagine that we've got how many parties that are coming to Parliament. I think it's quite a substantial number. So we are discussing on an ongoing basis with the leaders of those parties in terms of the arrangements that we are making for the first sitting. But of course, we do understand that Mr. Khumalo's issue is before the court, and Parliament, as always, will comply with whatever outcome that the court tells it to do.
Moloto Mothapo speaks for Parliament. Thank you very much for your time.